Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Salesforce Makes Sense. This is Himanshu and we are continuing understanding Apex through our Salesforce Developer Masterclass, and this is use case 27. Find the unique list of all accounts which are part of the opportunities which have revenue more than 80,000. So you need to find the list of the accounts, basically all the parent accounts which are part of opportunities where the revenue that the opportunity has generated is more than 80,000. Right? There are two parts to solving any problem. The first part is actually understanding the problem. Once you understand the problem, the second part becomes very easy, right? So always think about what the question demands or what the use case demands. Think through, take your time to analyze, and then probably jump into the solution. Don't just get started by writing code as soon as you read a line. Let's not do that. Okay. So the more deep thinking that you do, the more practical thinking, the more problem solving approaches you think of first, it will come to paper, it will come to code easily. All right. So we need to actually figure out the accounts. Now, these accounts are where they are linked to opportunities. What does that mean? If I could query the opportunity records where the revenue of the opportunity is greater than 80,000, and I could get a list of all these accounts, and I could get a unique list, meaning no duplicates. What does that mean? I use a set. And if I could return that set of accounts as the return of the method, that would solve my use case, right? So with this information, pause the video here. For any and everyone who's watching this video, I know you have been looking at all my lectures and you've been learning a lot of Apex, which is a really great thing. I want you to pause the video here, write this code on your own, put it on the comments. It's okay, whatever you write, whichever way you write, feel free to comment below and put your code, paste your code. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I'll suggest you improvements if there are any. I'll tell you if it looks good, if it does not look good, but do take this chance to write the code yourself. That will bring in the most amount of confidence that you'll ever have, right? It is not through watching the videos, it is actually by writing code yourself. Okay. So I hope you have written the code, you've pasted it down below, and now let me just try to show you what the solution looks like. Okay, so I'll just go to Visual Studio Code and I am going to create my 27th Apex use case class. So I'll say Apex use case 27. All right, it looks like I'm practicing the spellings of all the numbers from 1 to 20 or 25, right? All right, so I'll get rid of the constructor and I'll just say public static void. What do I want to do here? I want to basically generate account report. Okay, I need a list of accounts, right? But I rather need a set of accounts. So what should be my return type? It should be set of account. Okay, and since I have given it a set of accounts, I can simply say return account list. And what is this account list? This account list is a variable which is a set of account records. Make sense? Cool. So we have actually set up the template of the method, right? And we can either choose to keep a set of IDs or a set of accounts. Okay, so I'll just put set of IDs for this use case sake, and we'll return this set of ID as the return type, which is basically nothing but the account IDs, all the account IDs. All right, now what do I need to do? I actually need to query all my opportunities. Op with good revenue. And what am I going to write here? I'm going to select ID from opportunity. And what's always a good thing to do, you might not know all the API names. See, it's been 8 years that I have been writing code day in and day out, probably for 8 to 10 hours a day. So I might know the API names by heart, right? I might know the functions beforehand, before even I think about writing it, right? It might not be the same for you, which is okay. Which is why you have the Salesforce documentation. And whenever you are writing a SOQL query or a SOQL query, or whenever you're doing things that involve API name, feel free to go back to the developer console and query it out here. How? If I go to the opportunity record, I should be able to see all the fields with their API names, right? So why do I have to worry? Oh, what was that field? What do I write it? How do I write it? Let's not worry about it here. Simply let's go back. Let's go to the dev console and let's write it here. So I'll just say, let's say select ID, comma name. What am I looking at? I'm actually looking at the amount, right? This amount. Okay, I'm looking at this amount. And I'll just say query. Let's take a look. What does this query return? See, the amount has these numbers. So I'm looking at all these opportunities. So what can I do? Do I have to also fetch the account ID? Yes. So I can take a look at the account ID also. So I'll just select them, multi-select, I'll say query. And what does that do? That gives me this beautiful query that I can take back to VS Code and I can paste it here. Any issues with that? No, feel free to do this. This is a faster way. Okay. So I have the ID, name, amount and account ID. What do I want to do? I want to put a where clause, and let's write this here again, where amount is greater than 50,000, or what is it, 80,000. So let's put 80,000 and let's see what data shows up now after this execution. So you see only some of the records qualify, and how many records are there? There are 8 records. Okay, so what do we need to do? We basically need to take this query here and paste it right away. Done. This will give you all the list of opportunities. Now what do you need to do? You need to basically extract out all the account IDs from the opportunity. So how do you do that? Since you are using a collection variable, what do you have to do? Yes, you'll have to loop. You'll have to loop through it. So for each opportunity, OPP, in op with good revenue, I want to extract the IDs. So I have the account list variable and I'll simply add op.account ID, and that's it. The set variable will get the account ID value and it will finally return it after the loop is completed. Awesome. That's all that code had to be written. That's all basically that we had to write. I just deployed it and it deploys fine. If I go back to my anonymous window, let's go ahead and say 27 and generate account report. And I want to basically not send or put any parameters because I don't need any, right? I'll put the system.debug because I need to see what the list returns. Okay, let's go ahead and say execute. Executed fine, compiled fine, debug only log showing up, debug only, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records are showing up here. However, if you notice that there are 8 records in the opportunity. So why 5 records? Because only 5 account IDs are linked here. See, you might have one account that is contributing to multiple opportunities. So if I say account.name here, and you say execute, you'll notice that you see United Oil is multiple times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? And all the others are ones. So that's why you're getting a record set of 5 as your output, which is perfectly fine and exactly what we needed, because we needed a set of IDs. We did not need duplicates. Okay, if I wanted duplicates, I would have just put it as a list variable, but it's always good to have a set to avoid duplicates wherever required. Okay, and especially wherever you have IDs, right? Please ensure that you don't take duplicates in your collection variable. Always try to make sure that the collection is unique, because in case you're planning to update the records and there are duplicate values in the same transaction through the collection variable, your update will fail. Okay, it will give you that duplicate error. It will give you an exception. So always ensure whenever you're working with IDs, the record IDs, basically you work with unique values, not duplicate values. So a set variable is very comfortable and very helpful in those scenarios. All right, that's all from this particular use case. I hope you were able to write this code, and you did write it and you commented below, because right now I'm just closing this video. I might not know what you have done, but that's the idea. The idea is you writing more code, not me writing more code. Okay, the idea is you writing more code, because that's going to build in confidence. And if these videos are helpful, do like the video, make it a mandatory part of watching the video to like the video, because that helps my channel and that helps me. And if you have not subscribed yet, and let's say this is your first video, take a look at the entire Apex curriculum playlist and subscribe the channel. And if you find things relevant and helpful, do share it with your friends. Okay, do put it on your LinkedIn and tag me wherever you think a tutorial needs to be seen by more people. Feel free to share it and do tag me so that I know that you have shared it. Okay, cool. That was use case 27. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.